Hi guys, my name is Christina. I am a technician here at Parsa Mohebi Hair Restoration, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do the hair wash. So to get started, you're going to grab your shampoo and your sponge that you went home with in your post-op bag. And you also want to have some paper towels handy for the end of your hair wash. You're going to open up the pouch that your sponge is in. Now in the pouch, it does come with a blue pick as well as a double-sided sponge. You're going to use the blue pick only in your donor area. And for this sponge, you'll use both sides in your donor area, but only the spongy side on your recipient area. So to make your foam, you can either use the pouch that your sponge came in, or you can use a small bowl. You're going to apply water to whichever one you're going to use. A small amount, maybe that much. You're going to wet your sponge. And wring out any excess water. You're going to take your shampoo and apply it directly onto your sponge. Now there's not a certain amount, but you do want to be generous because you will be making a foam. You'll take your sponge back to your pouch or bowl and squeeze until you get a foam. For whatever reason, if a foam is not developing, go ahead and add more water, or if it's too liquidy, just pour some water out. Once you have your foam, we're ready to start washing the donor area. So to clean the donor area, you're going to scoop up the foam on the spongy side of the sponge. You're going to pat the foam all the way around your donor area. Just be advised that if your donor area comes close to your recipient area, that you're not scrubbing where your new grafts are. Once foam is completely covering the donor area, you're going to go back to where you started, switch to the bristle side of the sponge, and do light circular motions. If you are seeing a light pink, red, or yellowish color on the bristle side of your sponge, the first day you do your hair wash on your own, or even the second morning of your hair wash, that's completely normal. However, if you're still seeing this on the second night of your hair wash, you're scrubbing a little too hard. Once you're done with the donor area, you're going to go ahead and rinse out your pouch and rinse off your sponge, and you're going to make a new foam for your recipient area. You're going to make it the exact same way that you did in the beginning. However, you do want your foam to be more foamy rather than liquidy, just so it doesn't run down your face. The foam will not harm anything if it gets in your face, but it will sting if it gets in your eyes. Now when you're applying the foam to your recipient area, you're going to scoop it out and squeeze it down. If your head is completely shaved, you may not even have to come into contact with the sponge with your grafts. However, if your hair is longer, you will have to press down gently. It is completely fine to come in contact with your grafts and the sponge as long as your hand is always going up and down and you're not sliding. So right here, I'm not even touching, or you can come down and lightly press on them. So the foam for the top, you're gonna leave on for about 2 minutes. Now to rinse off, if you have a detachable shower head nozzle with a very light flow, you can use that. Otherwise, you can use a cup. Make sure that with the water, you're hitting your forehead first and you're letting it flow back over your grafts. It's completely fine to go over your grafts as long as it's a light flow and you're continuously moving the water. Once you're finished, you can go ahead and pat dry your head with paper towels. Just do not use a regular towel because the fiber can grab your hairs and pull them out. If you do have any oozing that did not come off while using the sponge, this is where you're going to use the blue pick. Very lightly, you just scrape anything off. It should slide right off. If for whatever reason there's any resistance, go ahead and make the foam again and let it sit a little bit longer. For day 0, the only time your hair will be washed is when you come into our office, or if you're doing it at home, you only wash your hair 1 time. Starting day 1, you're gonna wash your hair twice a day, preferably once in the morning, once in the evening for the next 4 days. On day 5, which will be your 6th day after your procedure, you're good to resume back to a normal hair wash. However, this is the day that if you do have any oozing or scabbing where your recipient area is, you're gonna go ahead and make your foam again, let it sit for about 15 minutes, and with your fingertips, you can massage it off. Just make sure that if there is any resistance, you aren't picking at it without having the foam soften it up first. Thank you so much for watching.